Hey everyone, this is Hobbs Yoda, and I'm here to give my review of this year's SummerSlam, the 28th SummerSlam this year. I was actually looking forward to this SummerSlam quite a lot with this one, and it kicked off pretty good. All right, it kicked off with no, I'm not. I'm talking about like the matches kicking off, not the way it kicked off with Jon Stewart. I hate Jon Stewart so much right now. I'll get into that later. But I didn't really care for Jon Stewart in the first place. I've seen a little bit of the Daily Show and stuff, but I never really cared for him. I never thought he was that good of a comedian. But it kicked off with him like hosting off SummerSlam, because he's hosting it, and then he brought out Mick Foley saying, "Because I need backup so I can interview Brock Lesnar and give him crap about beating the Undertaker's streak or whatever." But Foley's like, "Oh, I thought you said you want me to come out and interview The Rock." And he's like, not Brock Lesnar. He's like, screw that, I'm out of here. So they just like decide to leave together or whatever. And then SummerSlam finally starts after that nonsense. Well, I guess I do like Mick Foley, but I just didn't like Jon Stewart's hosting. But anyways, then the matches start kicking off, and it started out with Orton and Sheamus, which was actually a pretty decent match. There's like, it was, on and off. It was pretty good. And there was like that one really good RKO where like Sheamus, after he gets like caught outside of the ring, he launches himself into the ring over the top rope, and like Orton catches him with like a stupendous RKO. But see, these two know each other so well now because they've developed this really personal rivalry over the past couple months, like month, 2 months. So, and they've been in a lot of matches together in the past 2 months, so they know each other really well by now. So when Orton at the end decided to go for the RKO again for the win, Sheamus saw it coming, pushed him into the corner, Bro kicked him in the face corner. As soon as he came out of the corner, Bro kicked him again and then pinned him for the 1-2-3 count. Overall, pretty good match. Yes, I would have liked Orton to win, but I like Sheamus too. I would definitely like Orton to win though, but still, pretty good match though. And then we move on to the next match, which I think was the Tag Team Championship match. Pretty sure. Yeah, it was the tag team match where it was like a fatal 4-way tag team match. So whoever gets tagged, it starts off with 2 tag teams, like a person from. Okay, it starts off with a person from one tag team, another person from another tag team, and they can tag in whoever they want to take their place whenever they're ready. So and it's for the tag team championships, and it turned into chaos. I really did not care for this match at all at first, because WWE used to have so many great tag teams, and which had so many great matches too. But they don't really have that many great tag teams anymore, like at all. None that I really care for that much, anyways. The primetime players have grown on me a little bit, yeah. New Day I find very annoying, but they came out and they were hilarious. This time they came out and like started singing and like doing all these funny dances and stuff, kind of like joking around with the crowd. It was kind of funny, but still I find them really annoying, and they're always whining a lot, and they find really annoying. So I didn't really care for them, and they just lost it to the primetime players in the last preview. So it's the New Day versus the primetime players, the tag team champions, the primetime players versus the Lucha Dragons, which is like Mexican high flyers, Sin Cara, and some other guy, I can't remember his name, and then like and then the Los Matadores came out. There was like 2 other bullfighter Mexicans with like a little bull. Their tag team. Like, I like the bull, but I don't really care for the tag team either. I don't really care for any tag team, so I was like, okay. Like, as long as New Day doesn't win, well, I'm like, yeah, New Day, I don't really care who wins. New Day was fine at the beginning, whatever. But like, I'm like, this is just a whatever match to me. Like, and then, so I was watching the match, and then like, there were bodies like flying everywhere. They were like jumping out of the ring on each other, and like people were like getting thrown out the ropes onto other people. Like Big E did like this awesome move where he like, I can't remember who he did to. I think it was one of the Lost Matadors, but he like speared someone outside through the ropes of the ring onto like everyone else, and there was like bodies flying everywhere. And like one of the primetime players, the big tall one, I can't remember his name. There's Darren Young, and then there's I don't remember. But yeah, he started like throwing the bodies around, like backbreaking him. Really great match. But then Kofi Kingston like snuck in a tag out of nowhere, so they didn't know he was the legal man in the ring, and he kicked him in the head from behind, like came in and pinned, took advantage of big tall guy's move and pinned one of the Los Mandora's people after kicking Darren Young's partner in the head and got the pinfall. So New Day are now two-time tag team champions, or tag team champions again. So that's how that match ended off. But overall, it was like a really good match. Actually, one of the most entertaining matches of the night. Like, it was really fun. There was like bodies flying everywhere and stuff. And then the next match was Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev, and I think this is like one of the dumbest story plots that have been developing, rivalries that have been developing for like the past month or two between these two and their girlfriends. It's like the whole freaking rivalry is like a freaking soap opera, literally. It's so stupid. It all started when like Rusev lost his girlfriend Lana, and then Dolph took her, and now he's trying to replace her with some other chick, and now they have this whole dumb rivalry going on. And Dolph came back after Rusev injured him for like 6 weeks, so the two of them are now having a match with each of their women on the side, and like it ended up pretty dumb. It ended up with like it breaking out to a brawl outside of the ring between the two women that started brawl outside the ring, and then they both outside the ring, and like Dolph kicked him over the announce table, which is pretty cool. That was like the only cool part of the match, and then kicked him over the table, and then it ended up in a count. They both ended up getting counted out. Dolph like barely didn't make it in the ring of time. He was like so close to making it in the ring in time, but he didn't make it in time. It was just a count out match, and then broke out. Like the only good part of the match was at the end where like the women started fighting each other. And they had to pull their women away and like leave. Like whoa, was like there. And yeah, so that and then they left, and that was it. Not that great of a match. That should have been a mixed tag team match in the first place. Seriously. But they didn't do that. Okay, and then we moved on to the next match, which was the star of the hit TV show Arrow, which is personally one of my favorite TV shows. Stephen Amell, who plays Arrow on that hit TV show Arrow, and Neville, who's a high flyer whose finisher is called the Red Arrow. So he's like, oh, look, he has a finisher move with Arrow in it. That's cool. So they're both Arrows. Let's put them in a tag team together for no reason. Like, I really would have preferred this to be Stardust versus Stephen Amell, because that's what they were aiming this up as, just the two of them fighting for like the past couple months. That's what they're aiming it at first, but then they just made it a tag team out of nowhere and just added King Barrett and Neville in there out of nowhere. It's like, let's just make it a tag team match. It seems WWE, when they should make a tag team match, they make it a one-on-one match, and when they should make it a one-on-one match, they make it a tag team match. The Rusev and Dolph Ziggler match should have been a mixed tag team match between them and their girlfriends, and then this one should have just been Stephen Amell versus Stardust. But I'm not complaining because the match was great. Okay, and like Stephen Amell, he's never wrestled, of course, because he's a TV actor. This only started because Stardust challenged him or whatever. But Stephen Amell, he as soon as he jumps in the ring, he like jumps off the top rope like way into the ring, and he was high flying and everything. He was doing a lot of good kick moves. He didn't wrestle that much, but like the moves he did do were awesome. Too, he jumped off the ropes, and like the way he could jump in the ring was really good. And he had a couple good kicks, and like flips and stuff. He was really good, and then he like what happened at the end was. The way it ended was with Stephen Amell jumping off the top rope onto Stardust outside the ring, which is awesome. And then they got King Barrett rolled back into the ring, and Neville jumped on him from the top rope inside the ring and pinned him, and they got the victory. It was a really good match. And then the next match was, what was it? Oh man, I know this. Hold on, I know this. Sorry about accidentally shaking the camera. I had to go do something real quick. Apologize for that. Didn't mean to shake the camera while I stopped the recording, but I didn't go do something. But yeah, I accidentally shook. But yeah, one thing that's really annoying about the shaky camera is whenever I upload videos to YouTube, like, it automatically shaking. I'm like, I don't remember shaking. I have to stabilize in settings, so it should be fine. But anyways, yeah, the next match was for the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match that was supposed to happen the last pay-per-view, but Ryback got an injury because I swear, like, that Intercontinental Championship is a curse. Like, for the past couple months, whoever has got that title has gotten injured or something has happened to him. Like, seriously, it's unbelievable. But anyways, so yeah, we finally had the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship with Big Show and Ryback, which sounds huge, right? It's like, oh, that's awesome. The two biggest guys going against each other for the title. That's awesome. But now it's a triple threat match because Miz now got in it. And so it's a triple threat match between Big Show, Ryback, and Miz in the Intercontinental Championship. And as you know, Miz is like a little worm. He sneaks in and steals all his victories and stuff, and takes cheap shots and cheats all the time to get his victories. So, and that's of course what he did here. He's a little worm. He's a coward, and so it's funny because it's soon. I don't really care for any of them though, so I thought it'd be kind of funny if Miz won because he's so small. But it was funny. So as soon as the match like starts, Big Show and Ryback go after each other. Like first thing Miz does is like run out of the ring. Like, oh crap, go! And he runs out of the ring, and then he takes advantage of all of Big Show's moves, and tries to steal the pin from Big Show. Takes advantage of all of Big Show's moves. And then when Ryback gets a move on Big Show, he sneaks up from behind Ryback and does like the skull crushing finale on Ryback. And it looks like he's gonna win. Like he pins Ryback. Big Show's out. He performed his finisher, and Ryback manages to kick out somehow. And like Miz kept winning almost because of taking advantage of other people's moves, like taking the cheap way out. And it's funny, he did not win by doing it though. It was Ryback who won by taking advantage of the Big Show's move. Yeah, so, because, like, he went for the pin for Ryback, and then Big Show knocked him off, and then he knocked Big Show off, back and forth and stuff, of Ryback, and then he ran up against the ropes. As soon as he got out, like, Big Show knocked him out, and then Ryback gets back up out of nowhere, clotheslines Big Show over the ropes, and goes and pins Miz, and taking advantage of Big Show's knockout punch, and wins the title. I was kind of disappointed, though, because, like, would have been smart, and it's a triple threat match. Like, there's no disqualifications, it's a triple threat match, and everyone would always take advantage of those. Always take advantage of that in triple threat matches and fatal four-way matches. Everyone would always take advantage of the no disqualification stipulation. But no one does that anymore. Like, as of late, no one even cares that there's a no disqualification stipulation. They don't take advantage of it. They don't get weapons. It would have been smart if, while letting Big Show and Ryback fight, Mrs. went and got a chair or something and snuck up behind him, batter him with a chair or something. That would have been smart, but no, he doesn't. No one ever takes advantage of the no disqualification stipulation. And all it was taking advantage of other people's moves and him running out of the ring and drops and stuff. Like some of the fighting between Big Show and Ryback was a little entertaining, but overall kind of a dull match or whatever. So yeah, okay match. But yeah, then the next match, I believe, was... Wow, I think it was actually the WWE Championship match, I think. Hold on. Okay, no, it wasn't the championship match. My bad, sorry. There was one more match before that. It was, the Wyatt family versus, sorry, not the Shield anymore. Because, Seth Rollins broke that up. His little heel turn thing. But anyways, it was Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose teaming up once again and facing the Wyatt family. And they've always had troubles with the Wyatt family, even when they were in the Shield, back in the Shield days. They all of them have, like, a deep, like, rivalry with the Wyatt family. It's like Dean Ambrose says, they just don't like each other. They're like, I don't know. But, yeah, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fun match. And it's another tag team match between them and, Bray Wyatt and, wow, I forgot. I'm forgetting everyone's name right now. Like, this is like I always remember everyone's name. And this is like the worst time for me to be forgetting their names. Like, during a review of it. Like, seriously. What was his... Yeah, Luke Harper. There we go. Sorry. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Now, at the beginning of this match, it just immediately, like, got in a brawl outside of the ring. Like the first 2 minutes of the match, it broke out to a brawl outside the ring, and I believe Luke Harper like kicked Roman Reigns in the face and launched him over one of the announce tables, one of the 3 announce tables. So yeah, he launched him over that, and so Roman Reigns got like knocked out over the announce table, and so then they were able to drag Dean back into the ring and then gang up on him in the ring corner and start beating up on Dean, the both of them, and like giving him like one heck of a beatdown. And he couldn't make a tag or anything because Roman Reigns was knocked out over the table. But then eventually, after getting such a huge beatdown, Roman Reigns does come back, and Dean, he climbs up the steps, and Dean is able to make a tag, and then they make a huge comeback, and Roman Reigns starts beating them all up, and then Dean Ambrose like takes care of Luke Harper, attacks him, knocks him out, and then yeah, and then Roman Reigns went back for the tag. No, it was Roman Reigns that took care of Luke Harper. Sorry, I just saw it like an hour ago too. I should remember this. But yeah, so Roman Reigns took care of Luke Harper after he went back and attacked Dean again, and Dean was able to get oh yeah, Bray Wyatt tried to do his finisher on I'm sorry, and Dean Ambrose. He tried to do Sister Abigail, but Dean managed to reverse it to his finisher, Dirty Deeds, and DDT'd him right on the mat with Dirty Deeds, faceplanted him right on the mat, tagged Roman Reigns. Since Luke Harper was knocked out, Roman Reigns was able to get the spear on him, double teamed it, and they got the win. Nice match. Okay, then the next match is really funny because, you know, the WWE Championship match is usually, like, almost always takes place at the very end of the pay-per-views, like, always the main event. Nope, not in this case. Apparently, it took place, I think this is, like, the first time I've ever seen the WWE Championship match take place before the Divas match. I was like, what? I was like, wait, they're doing this now? I'm like, oh, okay. So, Seth Rollins comes out and he's, like, wearing white now instead of black. He usually wears, like, all black, now he's wearing white. Then Cena comes out and he's, like, wearing black shorts. So it's, like, Cena wearing black and Rollins wearing white this time. It's like, ooh, kind of a heel turn change. Yeah, Cena comes out, and if he wins this match, it's for both. He's the United States champion. Seth Rollins is the WWE champion. So whoever wins the match gets both titles. Like the first time in WWE history, they'll like have victory. The United States title and the WWE Championship title will be combined, or the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, or whatever the heck the title's called now, since they combine titles into one. Yeah. So whoever wins gets both the titles. Winner takes all, basically. And so, they started the match. It was actually overall a really good match. Like, the match was pretty great. Really great wrestling from both of them. Really good back and forth action, you know. But I hate how I really didn't mind, even if Seth Rollins was. I can't stand Seth Rollins at all. But I'm like, hey, well, if he wins, at least he'll do it without cheating or anything, right? Okay, but then Cena catch. Okay, I know a lot of people hate Cena, right? I don't like Cena that much either, okay? I always hate how he's, like, handed everything down to him. He's like, WWE's golden boy. Everything's just handed to him and everything. He's just worse or anything. He, like, barely earns anything anymore. But I don't completely hate him like a lot of other people do. Like, one of the problems I did have with him, a lot of people, everyone has with him, is, like, he can barely wrestle at all. He only has, like, 5 moves in his arsenal. It's horrible. His matches get so boring. He has barely any moveset. But his moveset and his promos have improved a lot lately. He has like got a bunch more good moves in his matches. He became more entertaining, added a bunch more moves to his arsenal. And he actually cut a really good promo for once, like last week. So he's getting better again, but I don't like him that much. But I can't stand Seth Rollins, so if I had to choose one of them, I'd choose Cena, even though I don't want him to be the one to, like, tie with Ric Flair's, I don't want him to tie with Ric Flair's, record of 16-time World WWE Champion, okay? I was like, because I like Ric Flair, and that's such a great legacy, I'm like, it should stay that way, don't let Cena take it, because I don't hate Cena, but I don't like him enough to want him to have tied with Ric Flair for like the most championship wins. So I was like, crap, I don't want him to do that, but I really don't want Seth Rollins to win this and have both titles and have a statue built in his name and go down in history for this, because I can't stand him either. So I was like, this is tough for me to choose who I want to win. But I was like, I guess I'd have to choose. Like, I don't mind Cena. I'm like, okay, I guess I'd just choose rather have Cena win. I'm like, if Seth Rollins wins without cheating, though, okay, bravo to him. That's the problem, though. Seth Rollins can't get one win without any interference. It's like, my gosh, seriously. Come on. And this was the stupidest interference I have ever seen in, like, a really long time. Like, seriously, like... Okay, well, what happens is... Cena's gonna win because he catches Rollins off the top rope and goes for the attitude adjustment, the AA, but he accidentally, like, shoves Rollins' feet into the ref and knocks the ref out. So when he goes for the pin, the ref's not there to count. It's like, oh, okay, oh well. And then so he gets to, so there's no one to count, so he doesn't win. The ref, before the ref gets back in the ring, I'm like, okay, the ref's gonna get back in the ring. The match will continue. That's fine. But then John effing Stewart runs down into the ring with a chair. I'm like, why the F are you even in here? You are a host, okay? You don't, oh my gosh, I'm just like, why? Why? I'm just like, and yeah, I know, what I get first, I'm like, okay, well, Seth Rollins has harassed him and, like, been bugging him, like, for the past 3 months or whatever, because he showed up on his talk show and, like, gave him crap and stuff and had a rivalry with him for a while. So I'm like, okay, I could see why you get in there and hurt Seth Rollins, right? Because you were mad at him for what he did on your talk show and stuff. But I'm like, still, it's just like, out of all the interferences, this is like the dumbest person. We're gonna have a comedian come in and decide the fate of the championships. Like, oh my gosh. Seriously. And I'm like, jeez. And so it's like, okay, so he's gonna hit Rollins with the chair, right? Nope. As soon as Cena gets up, he just hits Cena right in the gut with the chair out of nowhere for no absolute reason at all. Just hits Cena. I'm like, what in the heck? This is the stupidest heel turn I have ever seen. You have no business even being in here. It's the dumbest interference I've ever seen. That whole crap with Seth Rollins was like almost 4 months ago. Okay? You're just hosting. What the heck do you even have anything against him? You just run there for no reason. The dumbest interference ever. Just hit him. Give the chair to Rollins. Like, here you go. You can have it. I like you now. You get those championships, kid. I'm like, and just leaves. I'm like, why? What the heck just happened? I'm like, what the heck? And then so Seth Rollins takes advantage of it. Ref regains consciousness, does the pedigree to Cena on the top of the chair that John, I think Stewart gave him, and wins the match. And I'm like, oh my god. I was like, okay, I want to be absolutely outraged if you won the match, Rollins, okay? I can't stand you, but I want to be absolutely outraged, okay? What I am outraged about is that you always have to win with a stupid interference, especially a dumb interference like that. Like, oh my gosh, out of all the people you get to interfere, you're like, let's get a comedian to decide who's paid the championship. I'm like, who writes the epic script for this? Like, seriously, they need to go there, hire new script writers and stuff, because, like, oh my, horrible, okay? Jeez. It's like, what the hell? Like, there better be some good explanation of this on Raw tonight, okay? Like, seriously, well, it's Sunday right now, but this is probably going to be uploaded by tomorrow. So, yeah, there better be a good explanation on this for Raw tonight. Because this is so stupid. I'm like, what the heck? And I was like, okay, so that's how he wins. I'm like, okay, he's now the United States Champion and the WWE Championship. And they said they're going to build a statue in his name now. And I'm like, is this really how you want to go down for that, though? I'm like, seriously? Is that, we're going to build a statue for this? That was horrible. Okay, yeah, I was like, oh my jeez. I'm sorry, that was just dumbest heel turn interference I've ever seen. I was like, oh my gosh, the match was going so good too, until that dumb interference at the end. I was like, oh my lord. I was like, if they were gonna do an interference, what they should have done is had Sheamus come in and interfere in the dang match, and then cash in his money in the bank on Rollins, and then take the WWE Championship. That's what should have happened. Like, jeez. You have any interference. Like, I was waiting for them to combine the titles one and win, and then have Sheamus, like, break it up, right? Because I'm like, it's kind of weird for them to combine the United States title with the WWE Championship. I was like, okay, so Sheamus will probably cash in his money in the bank, and then he'll take the WWE Championship. Fine. Who have him here? No, we're gonna have a comedian come in and interfere out of nowhere for no effing reason at all whatsoever. What the... I'm sorry, okay, I'm going on way too long for this. Okay, but yeah, that's what I already told you why I was pissed off with that. So yeah, anyways, Sheamus did not cash in, and we got a dumb interference with the comedian, and said that made no sense. So anyways, next match. It was the Divas match, which I was actually really looking forward to. You know, the Divas matches on pay-per-views usually were just a time to take a piss break, because they were always so boring and stuff. But they brought in the new Divas division from NXT and stuff, and wow, the Divas matches have been gotten way improved, way better now. And so they have a team. Is it PCB? Yeah, PCB. They have Team PCB, which stands for Paige, Charlotte, and Becky, which are the three divas on that team from NXT. And then they have Team Bad, which is Sasha Banks, who is like now the former NXT Women's Championship, with Tamina and I can't remember the chick's name. And then there's Team Bella, who currently holds the Divas Championship, or one of them does, with Alicia Fox. And they're all there's these three tag teams. Divas are facing against each other in an elimination triple threat tag team match against one another. This is basically to determine which one of these groups determines the future of the Divas division or whatever. The Divas division is like the female wrestling division, basically, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, it's an elimination tag match. So if you get pinned, your whole team's out. And so I was rooting for PCB, and luckily they did in fact win. It was actually a pretty good match. There were actually bodies flying everywhere, kind of like the tag team match earlier, and like all the divas broke out outside in a brawl eventually outside of the ring. All the ones that weren't in the tag match, and like Paige did this awesome move. She jumped off out of the ring and landed on everyone. And there were some really good moves. I thought the ending was kind of dumb though. I'm like, really? That's how you're good? Okay, Team Bad got eliminated first. All right, which is good. I don't like them at all. And but I thought it ended so dumb. I'm like, okay, it's PCB and Team Bella, awesome. But it ended so dumb. I'm glad PCB won, but I thought that winning was so dumb. The only reason they won was because one of the Bellas jumped off the top rope, tried to do a missile drop kick, and barely missed by accident. And then so that's how they won, because they took advantage of that accidental miss and got the victory. So yeah, so they won. I was like, well, at least they won. But yeah, still kind of a dumb win. But speaking of dumb wins, oh wait, no, I'll get to that later. Okay, the next match was Cesaro, who I think is amazing. He's so technically sound, such a great wrestler, versus Kevin Owens. And I'm like, I like Cesaro a ton, but I'm like, Kevin Owens really needs this win. Like, he is on such a bad streak right now. He had such good potential when he first came in here. He's so much good potential, but he has 2 losses from John Cena and 2 losses against Finn Balor now, and his NXT championship's gone against Finn Balor. And I was like, dang, he needs this win. But I like Cesaro. I'm like, we're gonna go Cesaro. But the match was amazing. There was a really good back and forth match, really great high flying scenes, really great match, really technically sound, great match, great back and forth, as I said. And then Owens ended up getting the pop-up powerbomb finisher and landed on Cesaro at the end and got the victory. I'm like, okay, that's fine. He needed the win anyways. I would prefer Cesaro, but whatever. Not really a huge match, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Not really a huge match, which is why the WWE Championship match should have been in that spot. Seriously. I'm like, my gosh, what the heck? No, it should have been last, actually. Some should end with Sheamus casting in and having the WWE Championship. Anyways, and then the final match of the night that everyone's looking forward to the most, the big, grand match, the huge rematch that was just too big for WrestleMania, apparently. The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Now, why this is happening is because, for those that don't know, Undertaker is famous because he has this undefeated streak at WrestleMania that went on for over 20 years, and Brock Lesnar was the first one to beat it. He was the one in 21-1, and Undertaker was fine that Brock Lesnar defeated his streak. He was like, okay, whatever, I'll move on. But the reason he came back and decided to face Brock again was because he wasn't mad that Brock won. He was mad that Brock had to talk about it night after night after night after night after month after month, just bragging and bringing up over and over again how he conquered the Undertaker or whatever. And so eventually he got Undertaker so mad that he came back, and he's like, you're making me so much, you brought upon my resurrection or whatever, and I'm coming back to take you down, to shut you up or whatever, to prove that I can make the beast rest in peace, because he's never been able to beat Brock Lesnar at all. He's been able to beat, like, all the greats. Like, tons and tons of the greats. But he's never been able to beat Brock Lesnar. They've had so many rivalries in the past. They've had so many rivalries. But he's never been able to beat Brock Lesnar. He's like, that's why he came back. He's like, I gotta do it, and I'm sick of you running your mouth. So he came back, and now they're fighting. And the reason Brock was fighting him is because when he came back, he screwed Brock Lesnar out of his championship match. So yeah, now this is the big match. The two of them are finally fighting. It's like the rematch a lot of people have been waiting for. It's gonna be great. Now, as soon as Undertaker gets in the ring, Brock goes for like a cheap attack and like knees him as soon as he gets in the ring. Starts kneeing him in the corner and brutally attacking him. It was hilarious though because they both got on the ground, started punching each other, but they accidentally like tackled each other on top of the referee almost, and the referee got like hit a few times by accident. And he like he rolled out of the ring. It's like, oh my gosh, it was funny though. And then they finally get off each other and they ring the bell to start the match. And a really, really great back and forth match. Like, so many reversals. It was really great back and forth. And the brawl outside of the ring was great. Like, so many good reversals, too. Like, it looks like, oh, the Undertaker's going for the last fight. Oh, gosh, no, he reverses it. And so many great reversals. And then Brock Lesnar reverses the last fight into an F5 and, like, swings him on the announce table and brings down the middle of the announce table on the Undertaker's ribcage. It was a great move. And then so many great, and, like, one of the funniest parts of the match was they both get knocked down because Undertaker finally crawls back in the ring after getting put through the announce table, and then Brock goes to F5 him again, but Undertaker reverses it into a choke slam, and now they're both laying on the ground or whatever, and then you see Brock get up first, and he just starts laughing hysterically, and then you see Taker sit up, and he turns around and looks at Brock Lesnar. And then he just starts mocking Brock Lesnar, like, starts laughing at him as well, like, mocking him. And it was, like, the creepiest looking laugh face. It was hilarious, but anyways. And then they start punching each other, like, bashing at each other like crazy, back and forth, back and forth. And then Brock gets him in the corner and starts kneeing him rapidly again. And he even got a couple good suplexes on him, too. And then basically what happened was, he continued to do, like, 2 more F5s on The Undertaker. I'm like, oh, crap. This is the second one. This is going to be like an exact repeat of WrestleMania. He's going to F5 him 3 times and get the win. I'm like, dang it. So Undertaker looks like he can't get up at all. So he's like tricks Brock Lesnar. He's like, oh, I can't get up. He's like, so Brock Lesnar goes on to get him up, and then he tricks him and like Undertaker gets him in a submission hold by his throat with his legs. So yeah, and then Hell's Gate. That's what it's called. He gets him in the Hell's Gate submission hold. And like tries to get him to tap out, but Brock's like, I think he was able to pick him up, somehow break out of the hold, and then Brock locks in his submission hold called the Cobra, which can like break their arm. He gets their arm, he can break them. It's like really bad submission hold for someone to be in. But Taker gets out of that, but he manages to get the Cobra on Undertaker again, and this is what got me so pissed off. Then you hear the bell ring all of a sudden, like, whoa, the referee's like, what the heck, I didn't call the match, why the bell ring, Brock's not the winner, what the heck's going on here, and then she's like, continue the match, and Brock's over on the ring, he gets up, going, okay, yeah, I won, so he's looking at the bell guy off to the side, and the referee's like, nope, nope, the match is not over, and so, Undertaker takes a cheap shot, takes advantage of that, sneaks up from behind on Lesnar, gets him right in the nuts, and then puts him back in Hell's Gate. Undertaker puts Brock back in his submission move, and makes Brock tap out. I mean, not tap out. Sorry, makes him like pass out. Pass out. So I meant to say. So Undertaker gets the win. But they reviewed the footage, and apparently the guy rang the bell because when Brock got Undertaker in his submission hold, you could see that the Undertaker tapped out, but the referee didn't call it because he didn't see that the Undertaker tapped out. So the Undertaker won in the records books, but technically, Undertaker goes down as a winner in the record book because the ref didn't call it because he didn't see the tap out. But technically, Brock did kind of win the match, and so Heyman got out. It's like, no, you all saw it, everyone saw it. We know the real winner is Brock Lesnar. And he's like, and they leave. But I thought that was such a dumb ending. I'm like, Why do you have to destroy the Undertaker's legacy so bad in the hands of Brock Lesnar, WWE? This guy is such a great legend, the Undertaker. Such a great legend. You're destroying his legacy by making him tap out to, like, the hands of Brock Lesnar. I mean, I was cheering for the Undertaker, right? But I would have rather had Brock Lesnar win by pinfall, the third F5, okay, than to have Undertaker win in, like, a really cheap way, and to have the Undertaker tap out. Like, that's just destroying his legacy, because I've never seen the Undertaker tap out in my life before. Okay, I've never seen, like, the Undertaker tap out in my life. Okay, and I've been watching WWE since I was little. I've never seen this. But no, now they're making it look like he can tap out easily. Now he's not as good as he used to be. And then just destroy his legacy by making him tap out and making him look like a heel and having him take the cheap way out. Like, really badly written. Like, seriously. Horrible. I thought that was, like, such a crappy ending. Like, seriously. I would have rather had him win any other way. Like, seriously, why do you have to have him tap out? Come on. Seriously, you're just destroying his legacy. He's such a great legend wrestler, and you're just destroying his legacy by having him tap out to the hands of Brock Lesnar. But I am pissed off about it. I'm not that pissed off about it because, you know, there will be a final match because they're 1-1 now, and there's going to be a final match to settle all of this controversy at WrestleMania, probably. See, the real winner is probably no disqualification. So, yeah. Overall, I'd have to say this is one of the worst SummerSlams I have ever seen. Two of the biggest matches ended up with crappy endings. The John Cena and Seth Rollins match, you know, like the worst interference ever, and then like the second biggest match of the night ended like just a crap cheap ending, like horrible. Yeah, at least I find funny though how Brock ran out like flipping him off. It was funny, but anyways, but yeah, two really bad endings. The great matches are so highly anticipated. But yeah, like, really, dang it. So out of 5 stars, I'd say I give this year's SummerSlam, probably a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, that's my review for this year's SummerSlam. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you like the interferences? Comment down below. Tell me what you thought, if you saw it or not. Or what you thought of the reviews. Or give a like if you liked it. Anyways, yeah. So that's it. That's it for my review of this year's SummerSlam. So I thought of it. Hopefully we'll get some explanations to all the interferences, the interference and all other stuff that happened tonight on Raw. So, yeah, see you guys later, probably on one of my next movie reviews or something. Alright, see ya.